Hi, my name is Richard Andrew. You might have seen some of my posts in the past. I've been using Thinkific for a couple of years, and I'm a huge fan of everything about Thinkific except for one thing, and that is the appalling way that Thinkific deals with comments. Now, ironically, not many people really want a decent commenting facility inside lessons, but I do, and I've used a platform in the past that's brilliant at this. So I've been railing against this, saying that we just want the ability by choice to add a comment thread to lessons whenever we want to do it. All right, and it doesn't have to be every type of lesson. It could just be a commenting type lesson. So like if you think of a Facebook type thread that could be at the bottom of a page or somewhere in the middle of a page, so people can read the lesson or watch the lesson and see people's responses to that lesson and then add their own responses. That's all I'm asking for, because as soon as you force someone to click and go to an alternate universe to read comments and post, the game's over. That it's radically different, but most people don't understand that because they haven't used a system that has in-lesson commenting. Anyway, another rant from me. So I've done videos and I've explained what I want, and there's a number of people who are interested in this. So let me show you, because I've come up with a workaround in the last few months. It took me 50 hours, mind you, to do this, and I shouldn't have to spend 50 hours on a system like Thinkific that I'm paying significant money for. But I had to do that, and now it's so much better than what it was. But let me show you what I've done, because some of you might find this interesting. So my courses are for teachers. This one's teaching for mathematical understanding and agency for international schools. So here's all the palaver on the side. So here's a lesson, and what I used to have is if I wanted to, well, first of all, I tried the discussion thread option, which is just terrible. Don't get me started. But that takes you to an alternate universe. You can't be on a lesson and then see what other people are saying about this lesson on the page. That's what I want. So the next option was to create communities, and have a look at this. So this is all the communities I spent ages creating, and here's the one specifically for this course, and all these spaces that I had to create, like one space for comment, because I'm wanting mathematics teachers to actually change, and the only way they change is by reflecting and commenting on the content. So that's why it's really important to have comments. Anyway, I'm not using communities as communities because teachers don't have the time to go and fart around and respond to everything, but I wanted them to reflect. And I hate this because you can't customize it, right? Now, I could have, and I hadn't thought of this, I could have been embedding these into multimedia pages, which would have been better, but even so, you can't. I just don't like this layout. It's not designed for specific commenting from lessons. So what I've done is, let me show you. So here's a part of the course where I'm using a trigonometry example to get a point across. So there's the lesson, blah, 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 blah. And you come down and you go to the next lesson, and I ask some questions, right, on the previous content. So here's some questions for people, blah, blah, blah. Go to the bottom and share your understanding first, procedure second, trigonometry takeaways on the following page. So go to the next page, and here it is. So here's the commenting page. There's this past comments that I've actually pulled in from communities, which I'm not using anymore. And here's the comment thread. Right, so here's Barry Orr's commented here, and then I've responded, and blah, blah, blah. All right, and there's some more past comments there. Now, I've manually added these, but this is where the comment thread is, because I did this, I made this transition after the course had started. So I wanted to include some of these other comments. And then we go to an extended trigonometry example written by my collaborator, and we want you to write a comment on the next page. Now, it would be ideal so this is Thinkific, if the comment thread was just here. That's what I want, but no, can't do that. So we go to the next page, and here's another commenting page. So again, and you can see there's, people are commenting and replying and et cetera, et cetera. Now, this is still not perfect, but it's infinitely better than just using what Thinkific offers. So where's all this set up? Well, if we go here, this is my Weebly site. All right, so I use Weebly and a commenting app within Weebly. So I mean, as I said, I spent 50 hours probably doing this. So these are all the intro pages for all the different courses I've got. And then here's the and some comments I use in multiple courses. So for example, this one here, Fostering Student Agency, this is used in about 3 different courses because it's the same kind of idea. And so that's where it is, right? And then, we go down. Now, these are comment threads only for this one particular international course. So if we have a look at this one, explicit instructions, and right. So I have, I'd create one page and then duplicate it and then tweak it. But nevertheless, I've put a lot of effort into this. Incidentally, I've just discovered that the people who run this comment app are discontinuing it in September. So I'm going to have to get another comment app and switch them out. So there's another 10 hours down the drain. My point is, I shouldn't have to do any of this. Thinkific should have this option. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I get the URLs from these pages and and simply throw them into Thinkific. So what is this, page 626? If we go to page 626, where are we? Here we are. So that was the last page I was on, and this is just a multimedia page where I've just put the URL link. So this is infinitely better than having a Thinkific site or Thinkific course without this workaround. And yes, I could put community pages in here, but the community pages are nowhere near as customizable as my Weebly pages. So that's the workaround. Is it worth 50 hours? Oh, well, I can't survive without it. The difference in the engagement in these courses once I've done this was through the roof. And I've got a collaborator in China who said the same thing. Oh, this is so much better. So it's not a matter of whether it's worth the 50 hours for me because I've got so many courses, but it's definitely worth it. The point of this was I just wanted to show you that I have used a website with a commenting app that you can add to the website pages, and I have embedded them into Thinkific via multimedia pages. So that's the workaround. It's changed my life. I lost 50 hours of it, and I'm about to lose another 10 hours. So, but why doesn't Thinkific have this option? I've been told by Aaron, and I think Sarah was her name, someone else, twice, that yes, this is a great idea and it's coming. I don't believe it. I do not believe this is ever going to happen. And one of the problems is not enough people realize how much of an advantage of this setup is, of simply having. Now I can't even demonstrate it, but if you here's a Thinkific page. Let's say we wanted, hey, right here, what did you think of the last example? So there's a comment thread right here, and then you scroll down and you've got the rest of the lesson. Or you have your commenting at the bottom, so we don't have to just do it on the next page. That would be the ideal scenario, and then it needs to be managed well. So all of these comments that come from all of these comments get notified to me via email, which isn't ideal because I can't really have 2 people monitoring. So other systems can manage the comments better than what I can, but it's still infinitely better than what I had with Thinkific, which was basically, let's not bother catering for comments, period. End of rant. Thanks for listening.